All right. Something that I think is important that we talk about on our show from time to time is some cool office technology. This is the Epson WorkForce 845. Now, why am I talking about Epson on the show today? Number one, I use their products personally, and I don't have this particular model. I have the WorkForce 630. If I had to do it again, I would probably went ahead and went with, they didn't actually have this model when I bought my 630. They had the 840, but this is the new king of the hill for Epson. Let's talk about it just a little bit. You can find it pretty much on the street somewhere between $140 to $200 in that range. That's what you can find it at. There's, according to where I'm reading here, it can be found as low as $109.95 on eBay. I don't know about that, but around $130. What makes this printer unique? Here's a couple things for you. Number one, it comes with dual 250-page sheets. It does full duplex printing, which is very, very cool. Separate ink tanks for your colors and so forth. But here's what I think the coolest feature is, and that is that when you get this printer and you go to the Epson website and you get a unique email address for this printer, okay? And then from there, you can attach a document to an email it to this unique address, and the printer will print out these documents. So you've got somebody out in the field, they've got a document, whatever they need printed out for you to look at, maybe a photo, whatever. The email is an attachment to this email address, and lo and behold, it will print on this printer. It's not without problems. And what I'm hearing from people on the street is that you have to do several firmware updates for this to work. And you have to go to the Epson website, register the printer, and create the unique email address for this printer there. So it's that's something important to keep in mind. As far as consumables, they're not bad. Works out with the large capacity ink tanks at about 7.2 cents a page. This printer is designed for either a home office environment or a small work group. Most people is going to connect it via Wi-Fi. Some people report challenges setting it up on Wi-Fi, because essentially you either got to connect it via an Ethernet cable to get it configured to use Wi-Fi, or you have to use USB. A USB cable is not included with this printer. It is a network printer. It is a network printer. Okay. As far as printing photos, they're not bad, but this would not be my first choice of a photo printer. This printer is more for your good quality black and white printing, or an occasional color photo or color print. It's not that heavy, by the way. They do have a good solid feel to them, but they're light. This printer weighs less than 22 pounds. All right. As far as print speed goes, it's not bad. It's about 6 pages a minute, black and white text, double space. There's certain tests. I actually did a video about print speeds one time, and all that's how all that plays out. But it's very, very competitive. And I will tell you that the scanning software that comes with it works pretty doggone well. I use it. Basically what I do is very, very simple. Anybody can do it. I have a folder in Google Docs called Scans. You can't, by the way, the scanning software does allow you to scan the email, but only, and this is a caveat, only to a MAPI type client, such as Outlook. You can't scan it to, say, Gmail. And that doesn't work either. People are clamoring for that capability on this printer. But it does work, pretty nicely. And what I do is I scan the PDF, and then I go ahead and save it in a scans folder in Google Docs. And by the way, that's searchable. Google Docs is searchable, and I can find it that way. And that's kind of how I do things. I'm really turning Google Docs into my kind of a NAS. That's something, because you can share stuff anyway. I mean, that's what I do. Maybe I'm cheaping out a lot. But no, I've told the folks in the live chat room I was planning on actually buying a Synology NAS somewhere this summer. Kind of my goal to get a Synology NAS. This is a good printer, and I think for the amount of money for the investment on it, the Epson WorkForce printers are pretty tough to beat. You might do better, but you're going to have to spend a little bit more money. It's an all-around workhorse, and that's really what Epson should